morning. I am going to be quickly running through how to do each of the tests that we are going to be doing in our lab tomorrow and showing you what a positive and a negative result will look like for each. The first test we're going to do is for simple sugars, so simple carbohydrates. For our negative test, we are going to use just regular water. It got a little bubbly, but it's just regular water. So I am going to put 2 pipettes of the water into our test tube. Here, let me kind of move this so you can see. So that was 1 pipette and 2 pipettes. All right, and then we are going to add 30 drops. Actually, we're going to do 20 drops of Benedict's. We're just going to count this out. All right, that's 20 drops. In order for Benedict's solution to work, it has to be heated up. So we are going to move this test tube into a hot water bath. So it is being heated up. We are going to use these test tube prongs and set it in there for it to heat for about 2 minutes. We are going to do the same exact test, but for our positive control, we are going to use corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. Fructose is a simple sugar, so we are expecting a positive result from this. We're going to do the same procedure of 2 pipettes. And then 20 drops of Benedict's solution. I'm going to put this into the hot water bath with our test tube prongs, let it heat for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and look at the results. All right, our test tubes have been in there for about 3 minutes, and the one on the left is our plain water, and the one on the right is the high fructose corn syrup. You can see that a color change has occurred for the corn syrup, but not for the water. Our next test is called biurettes, and biurettes is how we test for proteins. We are going to add 2 pipettes of water. This is our negative control, so we know what a negative result looks like. And for biurettes, we are also going to add 20 drops of the reagent. It's a little bit hard to see because it's light in color. So to help us view this one, we actually are going to put a white sheet of paper behind it. And you can see that a negative control is a very light blue, kind of violet color. For our positive control, we are going to use egg whites. Egg whites have a lot of protein in them, similar amount. And again, 20 drops of the indicator of Benedict. All right, you can see that a positive result for Benedict's turns purple instead of blue. So this is our negative, this is positive. All right, our next test is for complex carbs, which are also called starches. Again, for our negative control, we are using water. And for this indicator, you do not need to use as many drops. For this indicator, we're going to do 3 to 4 drops. You can observe the color of a negative result. For our positive result, we are going to use cornstarch, which has starch in it. Obviously, it's in the name. We're going to add a little bit of cornstarch. And then same procedure of 3 or 4 drops, and we will observe what a positive control should look like. see that a positive control is a very, very dark purple color. So this was negative versus positive. Our last test is called Sudan 4, and it is a test for lipids. We are going to add 2 pipettes of water for our negative control. And then we are going to add a few drops of Sudan. You can see that a negative result is pink all throughout. For this test, it's a little bit funny because you actually, for the positive or the unknown, you still add 2 pipettes of water, but then you add 2 pipettes of your unknown substance. For our positive control, we are going to use vegetable oil because we know that vegetable oil is a lipid, and that's what Sudan tests for. You can already see that the 2 are not mixing together. We're now going to add our drops of Sudan. I'm going to give it the same little shake. You can see that in Sudan, when it is negative, it's fully mixed throughout, but when it is positive, you get a red ring at the top. If you have a red ring, then it is positive. If it's red all throughout, it's negative.